What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this one because it's definitely going to be really fun and totally different from what we normally do here on the channel. You guys, for the past 2 or 3 months now, have been absolutely blowing up our channel with links to this Facebook video put out by the channel Blossom. Now, Blossom is kind of one of those quasi companies, kind of BuzzFeed style pop-up companies that just mashes together videos, takes a lot of content from around the internet, puts it in these short length videos, and then just spreads it around, and then pays people to basically spread the video around further, giving them virality. And it's something that I think a lot of people have seen. It's got over 100, I'm looking at it right now, it's got over 170 million views, which is just outrageous. So I'm just gonna break this video down in a reaction style video like you guys have been asking me to do, because this is a gardening related topic, and I do think it does the gardening community a great disservice. Now, I understand the critique of me doing a reaction video, and that's, you're gonna give them more publicity. And sure, if you guys wanna go check out the video, I'll have a link to the original video in the description box below. But I also do think that there is something to be said about promoting false, spreading false information. And so I'm by no means saying that that what they're doing is intentionally spreading false information. It could be completely that ignorance is on their side and they have no idea whatsoever. But in that case, you probably shouldn't be making a video about it, because there are lots of impressionable people and a lot of kids that watch these videos that do think it's cool. And if you're really trying to get someone into gardening, I don't think that's really how you do it. So without further ado, I'm gonna play the video, and in real time, I'm gonna react to it. And when I have something to say, I'll pause the video and we'll just keep watching together. All right, roll the clip. All right, so she got a bell pepper and she's taking the seeds, dumping in soil, and essentially growing it in the pepper. So first off, that's not even a pepper sprout. Those are cucumber sprouts. So that's not how it works, first of all. And second of all, if you're going to plant directly in the pepper, it seems like a convenient idea, but so often these kind of like life hack ideas where you're repurposing the leftover fruit, you could have eaten that, number one. And number two, it often leads to mold and rot, which just ends up killing the seeds anyways. This is not how this works. Okay, so she's got an ear of corn, which has clearly been cooked, and she skewered them with a stick, putting them in soil, and they're gonna grow. Again, this is not how any of this works. You just completely skewered through the seed itself, meaning that you damaged the seed coating, will render it pretty much inviable if it ever were to sprout. And also, those are soft seeds. They have far too much moisture content. They're just gonna rot and mold. They're not actually mature seeds, and most likely they've been cooked. So again, not how any of this works. Okay, she's got a bottle, flicked off half the cap. That's interesting. And she melted it. She's pouring water in it to set garlic in there. And the garlic magically grows atop and transfer to soil when the roots are full grown. Again, that's not really doing anything. Garlic doesn't need to be sprouted in that manner. If anything, you're just growing a garlic top. You're growing it prematurely. You're gonna plant it out as a plant, and it's probably just going to die. I mean, garlic doesn't really grow like that. You have to let it set through winter first, or simulate some type of winter conditions in order for the garlic to multiply. If anything, what you've just done is you've grown a garlic plant, which you could use the leaves for, but that's not really the purpose of growing garlic in the first place. You might as well have just eaten the garlic or planted it like you probably should actually grow garlic and get more garlic heads out of it. So again, that's 3 for 3. Not really how they work. All right, let's see this one. So she's got a loofah sponge here. She's opening it up and putting dragon fruit seeds into it, squeezing it, which, okay, sorts the seeds, mists it, sprouting it, and transferring to soil in 4 days. Okay, so this one does, this one does work. I've done it before. You can sprout dragon fruit seeds. Sure, you can definitely do that. I don't know why you wouldn't just, you don't need that many seeds. Again, this one is kind of one of those unnecessary ones. A lot of these life hacks are completely unnecessary. You can do that if you want, but you just wasted all that fruit. What I would have done is I would have just taken a toothpick and harvested like 5 or 6 seeds from the top, rather than just wasting all of that fruit. I would have eaten the fruit and then just used a couple seeds from the top, which are more than enough to get you started with a few plants. So again, just unnecessary. All right, let's see this one. This is great. Okay, walnut. Spritz with water and keep moist for 7 days, and it's sprouted. Wonderful. Okay, so she grows it. She puts the sprout side up, which is just ridiculous, and you keep it in a moist, sunny window. Okay, so first of all, I mean, again, a walnut does not sprout in 7 days. A walnut sprouts over the course of winter. That's why when they fall to the ground, it usually takes them all fall, all winter, and pretty much most of spring in order to get started. So if you think a walnut is going to germinate in 7 days, it's not going to happen. Second of all, she put the sprout face side up. That's not how a plant grows. Sprout goes down, therefore it pushes the actual walnut up. So again, not how it works. Okay, next one. Oh, she's got a leek. Save me. She used the leek. Wonderful. At least she's not promoting total wastefulness. She's going to put that in the water. Oh yeah, the classic sprouting leek trick. Okay, so you can easily regrow leeks. And yeah, sure, if you want to do that, that's fine. The only issue I see with this is that, like, yes, this works. It's crafty, it's fun, but it's kind of a complete waste of time. And that's because the leek itself has pretty much expelled most of its energy to grow. If it's at this stage where you're harvesting it and you're eating it from the grocery store, a lot of these leeks are already fully mature. So the most thing that's going to happen is you're going to grow it and it's going to produce seed for you. Now, this might not be a bad idea, but most people that are doing these tricks are doing them to regrow them and to eat them. And you're not really going to get a whole lot to eat after the fact anyways. So yeah, it'll work, but it's not really the best way to do it. It's just kind of one of those semi-pointless tricks. It's neat and crafty, it's fun, kids will probably enjoy it, but wouldn't waste my time. Chamomile tea. Flower heads contain seeds, good to note. Okay, again, not true. Yes, true, but not true. So chamomile tea has been often harvested while the flowers are immature. Therefore, the seed heads themselves don't contain any seeds. This might somewhat be true, but pretty much universally, any type of herbal tea that's taken from a flower is taken from immature flowers. So you can see the picture of the, you can actually see the picture of the flowers that they're using. The chamomile flowers themselves are what's used for tea. The flower heads don't become seed heads until after the flower is pretty much dead, in which most of the beneficial tea properties are gone at that point. All right, watermelon picks off watermelon seeds, seems legitimate, spritzes them and transfers the soil. Fantastic. This is the only one that's actually somewhat legitimate. You can take watermelon seeds and you can sprout them. Now, again, nothing wrong with it. It's just why throw one truthful one in amongst all the ones that are not true? I don't understand it. All right, let's see this next one. She's got a strawberry. She's gonna cut the flesh off and put the strips of flesh into the soil, give it some water, keep it in a sunny area and water regularly, and voila, you magically have amazing strawberries. Again, we've done a video about this, how to germinate strawberry seeds from the grocery store. I'd much rather you use that method over this method. It's not gonna work. The reason why is because all of that flesh you just cut off, it's going to mold and mold and rot consumes organic material, and your seeds are also organic material. It's just gonna cause rot and mold. Not how it works. On top of that, she didn't even bury the seeds, she just set them right on top. So if anything, it's gonna attract fruit flies and mold, and then you're just gonna have a nasty mess in your hands. All right, she's gonna cut the carrot. Oh, the notorious carrot sprouting. Oh, this is the worst of them, I think. It's like, yeah, okay, all right. Okay, I knew this one was coming as soon as I saw the carrot. Okay, yeah, you can regrow a carrot sprout, but the carrot itself does not grow. If anything, you've just grown carrot tops. And I'm not talking about carrot top, the actor, I'm talking about carrot tops, the actual vegetable. You're literally just gonna grow leaves. This will not regrow into another carrot. If anything, it's just gonna regrow seed, much like the leek. And in fact, it's worse than the leek because while carrot tops are edible, they're pretty much bitter and flavorless. So you're not really gonna have there's not really gonna be a whole lot of yield, if anything, to do this. So while it's fun for maybe a kid's science project, it's not gonna make you grow crazy like the title implies. All right, takes a tomato, cuts it, buries the whole tomato slice again, and waters it. And you magically get a whole bushel of tomatoes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't understand. This is something I've seen so many times. Let's see, what happens when you bury a tomato in the ground? Well, obviously it's gonna sprout. I mean, when tomatoes fall to the ground, they sprout. But is this really the best way to get tomato sprouts? It's not. It's a complete waste of time. It might work, and you might get something out of it. But number one, you're wasting all of that fruit. Number two, why not learn the right way to do something? I mean, are you actually going to learn how to garden through slicing a tomato and throwing it in the soil? I mean, it's really just not how I've ever thought about learning about gardening. I mean, you're adding so many extra unnecessary steps, and it's like we have videos on how to save tomato seeds, how to grow seeds from tomatoes, or how to grow tomatoes from seeds, and this is just never once came out of my radar as like a reasonable way to grow a tomato. So like, while it might work, it's just really not how it actually works in real life. So, I mean, it's just one of those ones where it's just why is the question. All right, so wilted flowers. Oh no, you did not. Just no freaking way. You guys. Okay. So, oh my gosh. So it took a carnation. A carnation is just a type of cut flower. Takes a dead carnation and puts it in soil, and it magically grows. They took a fresh flower and they just reversed it. So it made it look like it was growing, but this does not work. This does not work at all. In fact, this will not root. This will not grow. Carnations won't just root from a cutting like that. That's not really how that works, especially one that has been left cut and is already dying. Not how that works. You can't even really do this with roses. It just does not work. It takes so long to get a cutting, one that has already been soaked in water and is already starting to wilt, rot, and die. This is the worst one of them all. I take that back. This is the worst one of them all. I think this is the most egregious lie that I've seen so far, and one that I just cannot believe they put in here. Just an absolute insult to the gardening community. Not how this works. Egg cartons, and she's going to put the sprouted green onions in the egg carton and let them sit on the windowsill. Okay, so nothing insulting there. I mean, it works. What can you say? I wouldn't do it that way though. I certainly would not put them in water. I don't know why. I think it's just, I think a lot of these videos are just how many hacks and crafts can we put into a certain trick, and I don't think this is. I just don't think this is reasonable. You know, if you take water and put it into an egg carton, you could have just taken a pot of soil and actually grown the thing again. Yes, it'll work that way, but it won't last nearly as long as putting it in soil. So again, it's like, why have a component of truth that's just added to a complete unnecessary step? Just throw it into some soil if you really want to, or just get a packet of seeds and grow it from seed itself. But you're replanting something. I get the purpose of the video. You're repurposing a green onion. You can do that. I think we've all seen that before. It's great. It's a great kid science hack, but don't put it in water. Just put it in a pot of soil. It's going to live longer, and it's not going to promote any mold or mildew, so it's not going to stink or smell, and if anything, it's just going to be a far better option. So there's the video. There's the video by Blossom. These replanting hacks will make you grow crazy. They made me go crazy, but not for the right reasons. I'm so upset by how many just complete bogus things were in this video. And so for everyone that wanted me to do a reaction video, there you go. There is Blossom's video, and they have a whole ton more. So if you guys want me to do more of these, let me know in the comments box below. You know, it's just, I don't like seeing people spread around mistruths, but at some point, if they're monetizing on this, which they are, I think it's a crime. I do not think you should play on people's ignorance, which is so much of what social media is these days. It's just clickbait culture. It's just gotcha culture. And you're just really playing on people's ignorance. And that's totally counter to what we do here on our channel. You know, we want to inform, we want to educate, we want to inspire, and we want you guys to have fun gardening. And this is doing completely the opposite. It's just not helping anything. It's just wasting time, totally sucking up everyone's attention span, and then they're making money on the side, which is just it's just promoting more of this stuff. And so if anything, it's just a complete waste of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to throw a like up there. Spread this video around, because I'd like more people to get the actual truth rather than that video. And we'll catch you all on tomorrow's episode. Grow big or go home. Bye.